Yeah.
As an ex-teacher, I totally concur with that. That's brilliant.
Like, those are the skills people, children are going to need.
Yeah.
And I think that is the way forward.
Well, when you hear stories about children starting school and they can barely keep their head up because they're so used to looking down at a tablet or a phone, and they're having to look up at the teacher, and it's kind of their necks are aching, and they don't know how to use a knife and fork because they haven't been taught, because they're sitting eating in front of a machine.
Yeah.
It's just so sad. So sad. Oh, we can't end on a sad note.
No.
Tell us. But it's lovely to hear that we're on the same page about what kind of riles you, and it's very similar outlook. Tell us about the quest. You've just written an article for our online publication, haven't you?
I have, and that's I haven't written anything like that since I was at university, so that was quite a revelation for myself. So I wrote about collaboration and what it means to me personally. And during the course of this podcast, I've talked about how I feel about race and how I feel about growing up in this country, etc. And everything my parents had taught me about collaboration and community. And I've always been interested, I think, since I did my master's and I looked at the whole world of racism and feminism and the combination of the two, as a woman of color, is the idea of, we've tried segregation, we've tried integration, we've tried, the whole world of multiculturalism and all of that. It's like, what is really going to work in terms of taking everybody forward together is collaboration, is the idea of everyone being included in the conversation, in the journey, and moving forward. It's like the whole thing I said about race, it's like I used to be angry about people who said whatever they said or called me. But now it's like, well, why do you think that? The idea of including their narrative and understanding their perspective is going to have me move forward as well as them move forward. And that's really what I was writing about, is the idea of inclusion and how that is a collaborative process that involves everybody. I think that any other form has not worked,
I think that's important to remember, that it's an ongoing process. Collaboration, a lot of people, it's a buzzword at the moment, and a lot of corporate organizations are like, yes, we collaborate, or we have to collaborate. And it doesn't just mean putting a group of people together and off you go and work on a project together and play nicely.
Exactly. Yeah. There's people think that, if you're in partnership, then that's collaborative, but a partnership may not involve, equality. You can say in an organization there's collaboration between management and workers or whatever. It isn't, because that's not necessarily the best of everybody in that process. It's not the benefit of everybody necessarily.
And the whole benefit is the ultimate win-win-win, isn't it? For the people that are collaborating, but also for the people that they're responding to, and the planet as well. So you've got to think globally.
It's got to be a win. In this day and age, it's got to be a win. It can't just be a win for human beings. It's got to be a win for the whole environment, the whole community.
Yeah. We've done enough damage, I think, haven't we? And and in any small way that you can. I think people went through a phase of going, oh, what's the point? Because industry is doing this, and so what's the point if I turn my tap on or off? It doesn't matter. But actually, we all collectively working together have a huge impact, and we can do it. But we have to work together and collaborate together in order to have that bigger impact.
Absolutely. And what's happening, it's like, we may leave our taps on because we've got taps in the UK, but the impact is over there in Mozambique at the moment, or in the earthquake in the Philippines, or it's not necessarily on our doorstep. And it is about, unless we are willing to see that what we do here is impacting across the globe.
Exactly.
There's no reason for anyone here to change their behavior.
No.
And it's, and that again is about saying, well, I matter as much as the person in Mozambique.
Mm.
And until we change that mindset, the idea of people putting their taps off, or, not buying a plastic bag, or, buying their produce locally is not going to change, is not going to transform.
And that's what we say, collaboration. Our definition is humanity at its best. And when humanity is working for the whole and not just the individual, then it's collaboration working at its best.
Yeah. I mean, that is it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, you said that it was going to be an hour. It's going to be too long to talk, and we've gone over an hour.
Can't believe that.
I know. To sum up, tell us again the dates and details about the Liverpool group.
So it's the Fly in the Loaf on Hardman Street on the 17th of May, between 3 and 6 o'clock, and then there'll be drinks afterwards. And it's in Liverpool, and it's the first BeCollaboration meeting outside of the Watford Gap, pretty much.
It is, yeah, indeed.
And it's going to be a great event, and I can't imagine a better city to have the first BeCollaboration outside of the south.
It's going to be amazing.
Liverpool.
Yeah. So how do people get in touch?
They can get in touch on the website, or on the Journey of Possibility Facebook page, or they can contact me. My email address is spatel.business@gmail.com. And I'm happy to have conversations. If there's people who may not be able to make it because they're not in Liverpool, but they know people in Liverpool, I'm happy to have conversations with them, speak to them, and support anybody who is thinking of inviting anyone to see how they can have those people here.
And if they can't make the first meeting, we're looking at doing it on the third Friday of the month. Is that right?
At the moment, we're looking at the third Friday of every month. I think it will depend on what's going to suit other people who are based in Liverpool. So, there is that. Yeah.
So it just leaves me to say to our audience, don't forget, there are other groups apart from Liverpool. So if you want to come to the London group, that's 26th of May 2019, or we've got the Hertford meeting, or we have the Surrey meeting. We're also getting excited that in September we'll be launching another meeting over in West London at Park Royal. We've also got the Facebook group, as Sangita said, the Journey of Possibility by BeCollaboration. Please pop over there and ask to join, and we'll let you in. Or there is the Mighty Network platform, known as Collaboration by BeCollaboration Global. And there you will meet people from across the world with amazing networks of their own, who are all contributing and connecting and providing wonderful shares and videos and lots of learning on there as well. So, and then you get all the details of the meetings on there too. If you're not sure, just go to becollaboration.com. All the details of the meetings are on there, and we'll be having another podcast shortly. But for now, Sangita, thank you so much. What a fascinating hour. I really appreciated that. And look forward to catching up with you in Liverpool next month.
Great. Thanks,
Cheers.
Jill.
Take care.
Bye.